Guys, I have a massive problem with Honkai Star Rail, and it's causing me major suffering. I am suffering because of it. Suffering from success, that is. Boys, the reason I've been suffering from success is from this team that I've been using. This team I've been using. Now, I might not have gotten to World 3 yet. I've beaten, Mommy Cocolia, and I used this team to beat it, and I beat her so fast, and I'm talking so fast, I didn't even get to the second OST of her boss fight. I beat her that fast. I beat her within 2 turns of her activating her second health bar. I absolutely rolled this kid. Sampo, we'll hit this right here, and this will kill. Let's go. What? Why? Wait, did I beat it too fast? Did I kill her too fast? I killed her before I even got to the second bar. No! We fucked it up! Oh my god. We're just suffering from success. Holy shit. Now guys, the team I'm using for this is kind of insane. It focuses on damage over time, DOT. And yeah, I think DOT is going to reign supreme, especially right now, for where I'm at in the game. Now, I don't know what's going to happen later on down the line, but as of right now, this DOT damage is absolutely insane, and it pops off. So before hopping into the team itself, I want to talk about, like, the team's damage numbers itself, basically just like the dot damage that the team does. So if you guys can click off the video if this doesn't interest you at all. So this team, for me right now, it hits on average about 1,500 dot damage per round, on bosses, that is. Now on the smaller mobs it might hit around 400 to 500. They usually die, so I don't get the full damage number off there, but around 1,500 damage per boss per time they have a turn, and it's absolutely insane. And I think this is going to scale up the higher we get our characters levels up and everything like that. But that's just the dot damage alone. This is not even talking about the actual damage that the characters are doing themselves. I understand these aren't the highest damaging characters in the game, but hey, yo, it's working out great for me so far. So let's go ahead and hop into this team now. So guys, on this team we're going to be using Sampo, Serval, Asta, and Gepard. Now, you don't necessarily have to use Gepard in this team. You could probably use the Fire MC and get more damage off this way. But the reason I'm using Gepard is just for strictly ice damage alone. There's definitely optimizations you can make with the team to do more damage. Like, I think you could probably swap Gepard out for Fire MC and then swap out Asta or Pela to get that extra ult damage off, and you're still having that freeze and fire damage on the team. I haven't tried this yet though, just because I just got Fire MC after beating the Mommy Cocolia boss fight. But I know this team is literally carried me through everything. I haven't died in a single mission yet. I have absolutely destroyed everything on my path. I destroyed the boss robot guy in literally 3 turns. I destroyed him in 3 turns. Mommy Cocolia, absolutely railed, absolutely annihilated. So yeah, guys, this is why I love this team. So that's why we're just going to talk about what we used up until this point so far. So as far as the light cone we have on Sampo right now, we're using Fermata. It's not his best in slot by far, but it does help with his DOT and break damage. Break damage is really important to this team, because whenever you can break the enemies down, you're actually going to be able to proc more damage off, which means more DOT you can apply to the enemies. So that's why we're using this right here. Talking about the constellations or etalons, I don't know what we're just gonna call it constellations. We have him C2 right now, which does help out a lot, but he is not the main damage dealer. The main reason we're using him is because of his ultimate, which increases DOT by 22% for 2 turns, so it gives you at least 2 turns to stack up a lot of DOT on enemies. The only notable thing about Gepard is he provides a shield for the team, so it doesn't let the team die that quick, and also his light cone. His light cone's really important. We're using the Trend of Universal Market light cone, and basically what this does is it increases the user's defense, and also whenever the person with this equipped is hit, they're going to be inflicted with burn damage, so that also procs DOT on the enemy. So that's why I think Fire Traveler would be better with this, because fire damage, hey yo, let's go. But yeah, that's really the only reason we're using him right here. Now Serval, on the other hand, is a little bit different. Now on Serval, we're going to be using Make the World Claymore, which we have C4 for whatever reason. I don't have no clue why. Basically, she's going to regenerate energy, and this also increases her ultimate damage, which comes in pretty clutch. And the only reason I used the Claymore one is because I was fighting just a boss, and that's the only thing that was on the boss. Now, if I'm not fighting a boss, I actually use the Seriousness of Breakfast, just because it gives you increased damage, and it also gives you increased attack. And attack is really what you want, because the more attack that Serval has means the more DOT they're going to be doing, and that means Sampo's DOT debuff on the enemies will give more damage inherently. So if you're facing multiple enemies, use this. If you're not facing as many many enemies, use the other one. Also, as far as relics go here, guys, we're using a full attack set, just trying to get as much attack to Serval as possible to increase that DOT damage. We also have our C1 too, which doesn't really affect things too much. And finally, on the team, we have Asta. Now, the reason we're using Asta on this team is actually because the damage increase, the attack increase. While using Asta, you can actually give an attack increase to the whole team, which increases their DOT, because that means when they start their turn, their DOT will be increased because the damage they do is increased, so on and so forth, yada yada. You don't want to hear the whole spiel on that. Also, the ultimate increases the speed of the whole team, meaning they can attack multiple times, potentially proccing multiple DOT effects on the enemy, which is also really nice. Now, as far as the light cone we're using, we're literally just using meshing cogs, just because whenever she uses an attack or gets hit, it's going to replace more energy, and you really just want to build energy as fast as possible to keep increasing the speed of your team, so that's why we have this here. And as far as relics go, we're using the full shooting meteor set, and the only reason we're using this is because we're trying to increase the break effect. We're trying to break the enemies down quicker and break their shields down. With her attack, especially if you're on a single target, you can use her ability and really destroy the shield on enemies. Also, as far as the constellations, no constellations are needed here. Now that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and hop into a fight to kind of show how the team works, and I can explain kind of how you need to build it to actually make this team work pretty well. But first things first, if you can before a fight, I always use Japar to increase a little bit of extra shield so they're not getting absolutely destroyed off rip here. And depending on whatever type the enemy is, I just use that typing to destroy their shield. Also, I use Sampo sometimes to blind the enemy. It maybe helps, I actually don't know. And then, of course, we come in with this and use that. We probably should use something else there, whatever. Alright, guys, so now hopping into the boss fight. Normally, what you want to use, you'd want to use Japard's ability to go ahead and put a shield up first, but we don't have that luxury, so we won't be doing that. So, first, what we're going to do is going to go ahead and activate Asta's ability here to go ahead and increase the speed of the whole team. Also, I'm going to go ahead and take use of Serval's burst attack here, or blast attack here, second attack, whatever you want to call it, to go ahead and inflict one shock on the enemy. Same goes for Asta too. We're going to go ahead and use her skill as well to go off proc a couple more things. We're going to use him. We're going to wait on using him right now. We're going to go ahead and use Serval's ability once more to go ahead and ult and try to get this enemy down here to go ahead and increase the attack, which is going to increase the DOT here. Now, as far as Sampo goes, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use his ability here. Go ahead and knock that shield down, activate some wind shear here. So from here, we're literally just going to keep stacking this attack on. This turn right here should potentially kill him. We're about to run him out of HP. So I'm literally not going to do too much damage here to him. So now that it's basically done, all I'm going to do is a normal attack here, and we can take, look how much damage, 2,000 damage. He would have took more damage too if he would actually survive longer. But yes, this is just really strong. I think DOT is just super strong, because even when the enemy regains their shield, you're still doing that DOT damage directly to their HP. Hey, yo, it's kind of beef for busters. But yeah, this was a pretty fun team that I've been running. I'll try out the other comp later. Let me know in the comments below if you found a better variant of this team, or you have a better team that you want me to try or anything like that. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already and you like what you saw. This is kind of copium. I don't really record many Star Rail videos, but I do want to make more. So yeah, that's going to do it. Bye, guys. See you later in the next one. And have good sleep, I guess. Bye.